Hey folks, I am waiting for my car to be washed. I thought this would be as good a time as any to do a live video broadcast and talk about my new website, Todd.LIVE. It is now live. In fact, it went live sometime this week, but there's a lot of little odds and ends, little things that need to be done to get it the way I want it, but it is live. Yesterday I spent the day going through my videos on YouTube and trying to determine what needs to go on the website and what doesn't need to go on the website. You know, that's basically what I did yesterday. I've got some blog posts in the works so that, you know, I can populate the blog page, start getting that going, and getting into a groove of whoever just showed up. Thank you for joining. Feel free to leave a comment so I know who you are. But anyway, the website went live. I've been doing a lot of little ticky-tack things to make the site better. I did hire a professional to build my website. Go check it out, Todd.LIVE. That's all you have to type in the status bar on your browser and you will go to the site. Feel free to sign up to the newsletter. There is a 7-day live video marketing plan. So if you're thinking about doing live video for your business, for personal enjoyment, maybe for a hobby that you have, I talk a lot about the various things that you would want to consider if you are going to put together some sort of a live video marketing program or broadcasting program, because there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, yes, you can just turn on your phone and start going, but there's a lot more to it than that. But I mean, at a minimum, if you have your own business or if you have a hobby that you're into, you should be doing this anyway. I mean, you should be doing a live video of some sort. You should be going on Facebook, maybe Periscope. I mean, there's a bunch of places that you can go live, and, you know, ideally you go live in multiple places. Of course, that's time consuming. Going live, you know, on Facebook, I think is the most important for everybody. But there are a lot of venues. I mean, you've got YouTube, you've got Periscope, you've got Lively. I mean, I know some people that are using Lively to pretty good success. You know, you want to get the show on the road. I mean, I've got friends that have little businesses. You know, I've got a friend that's got a food truck. I've got a friend that's got, you know, a small shop. I've got several friends that are online doing this or that. And I'm not aware of any of them doing any live video. And the power of live video is absolutely insane. In fact, I'm strongly considering starting a business with maybe even no website, just live video and Facebook, and see if I can, like, say, give it a year, see what I can do with it by broadcasting regularly. And, you know, initially, you know, selling tees, decals, patches, various things that people in this particular niche are going to be interested in. But, you know, I might just do it for the experience to see if it can be done. See if you can maybe have a 5-figure a month. It would be awesome to have a 5-figure a month business where you start on Facebook and nothing more, no website, maybe Instagram in addition to Facebook, but and maybe even Twitter, although I don't know that Twitter, you're going to get enough traction in a year to really make a dent, so I don't know that it'd be worth it. But, you know, I would love to be able to tell people that you can come up with an idea, you can use your phone, and you can use Facebook, and maybe an iPad so that you can go live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time, or Periscope and Facebook at the same time. But so maybe 2 devices and social media. Can you build a business and a PayPal account? Can you build a business? Can you make it a 5-figure a month business, a 4-figure a month business? I mean, there's a lot of people out there that would love to have a 4-figure a month side hustle, right? Some sort of something that, you know, they go live on video a couple times a day or maybe 4 or 5 times a week, talk to their crowd, and they're selling shit. I mean, that would be awesome. And that, you know, that would help a lot of people out. There's a lot of people that are out there struggling and they're always $3,000 short every month. So, you know, there's a lot that you can do to increase the chances that you're going to be successful. You're going to be able to have some extra money, and you're going to be able to, you know, maybe build something. And quite honestly, I say maybe in a fashion that almost sounds kind of speculative, but I know that if you put your heart and soul into something and you go do live video, maybe you go further and have your website or an Etsy shop or whatever, you can replace, most people out there are going to be able to replace their shitty income, okay? If you're below, I mean, if you really, you got to work hard at it, but if you're below 100 grand, let's say, you could replace that in a fairly reasonable time frame if you really put your heart and soul into it, give it everything you've got. No, it's not going to happen overnight. No, it's not going to be easy. No, those successes aren't reserved only for certain people. Anyone can do it. Come up with an idea, and it can be anything. I mean, let's talk about this phloem thing, this slime thing that all these kids are doing. You know, that's pretty much gone away now. I mean, they talk about it a lot on the news about kids getting sick, handling borax and all that, but there were people that were making a lot of money selling slime, and these are like high school kids making money selling slime before it became all the rage. Now everyone knows you can just go and make it if you buy some glue and you buy some shaving cream and a few other things. It's all over the place. But, you know, let's say you have a hobby. I mean, let's say fishing's your hobby. Let's say that, you know, watching movies is your hobby, or talking about movies, and you really are interested in that. Find a way to monetize it. Start doing live videos, talking about the movies that you're interested in. You know, one of the professionals that I think the most highly of, Cliff Ravenscraft, he's a professional podcaster. I've taken his class. He's awesome. He got started. I mean, he makes money hand over fist, right? Or at least so it would seem. But he got started podcasting. I love when people drive past you and they look at you like they don't know what the fuck you're doing with a mini tripod in your hand and a phone, and you're talking to it by yourself, standing under a shade tree with a big backpack on behind a car wash next to a drainage ditch. So if that wasn't a mouthful, some guy in a pickup truck, he just couldn't believe what he was seeing back here by this drainage ditch behind the car wash. But anyway, going back to Cliff Ravenscraft. Okay, this guy started podcasting about things that he was interested in, okay? And it became this big business for him. He started podcasting about, like, television shows that him and his wife would sit on the couch and watch. Lost, Survivor, whatever. He started podcasting. Nobody was podcasting about these shows. He would do it was like a fan club. It was his podcast for fans of the show, okay? He amassed these great followings over it. And people are like, you know, I really want to do a show. You know, I don't have the courage. I don't have the equipment. I don't know how to make it sound right. I don't know how to make it hook. I don't know how to hook it up. So he turned it into a business. So, you know, you never know where your hobby is going to become your business. When he started podcasting, I don't think he ever dreamt. Maybe he did. Maybe he was that forward thinking. But, you know, he may not have realized what a big deal it would be to teach people. Hey, Billy, how you doing? To teach people how to podcast, how to buy the right equipment, how to set the equipment up, how to test it, how to interview, he teaches you everything you need to know. He makes a lot of money doing it. And it started because he was talking about Survivor. He was talking about Lost. He was talking about family issues, maybe church. I think he's a big churchgoer. I think he might have had a program where they were talking about faith. I mean, whatever interests you, I mean, you just do it. I mean, you can start with a podcast, you can start with live video, but you just start talking, you just start broadcasting. The people will come. You will find, and you know what, the more narrow your niche, the better chance you have of gaining a big audience, because there's people out there that are underserved in all sorts of areas, or they're not well served. Maybe they're served, but they're just not well served. And if you can bring it, you just never know where that's going to take you. So, you know, doing the live video, doing the podcasting, that's what Todd.LIVE is all about. You're welcome to check it out, Todd.LIVE. You're welcome to subscribe to the email, to the newsletter. I don't even have a big autoresponder set up yet. So when you sign up for my email on my website, you're going to have a confirmation come your way. You're going to have to confirm it because there's a lot of anti-spam laws, and I have built my system to where you have to jump through a couple of hoops that says that you want to be on the list, so that somebody can't just like go and sign you up for you even though you don't want it. You know, back in the day when you had an enemy, I know that people would, here's another guy, he just can't believe that I'm talking to a phone with a little tripod on it, as he drives past me really slow, looking at me like, what in the hell? It's like he's looking at an alien or something. But anyway, You know, back in the day when people would sign you up for, you know, they go sign you up at Amazon, they go sign you up at the DVD Factory, whatever, some DVD, or even porn sites. And people go, like, if they wanted to spam you, they just sign you up to a bunch of porn sites, and you'd start getting all this porn email. You know, so my website isn't designed that way. Nobody can sign you up. I mean, they could, but then it isn't going to happen unless you elect to confirm the subscription. But I have a 7-day autoresponder where I basically kind of break the ice on thinking about live video marketing. A lot of the considerations that you need to take into account if you are going to want to market on live video. Whether it's a product that you have, whether it's a website, whether it's a service that you're offering, or whether it's a podcast about a television show that you like. You know, you're going to have to market it one way or the other, and through the use of live video is a great way to market it. So that's what the initial 7 days is about. Now, at some point, I'm going to have it to where when you sign up for my email system, you get like at least an email every week talking about the various things I'm talking about. In fact, what I want it to be is, instead of an email full of text, it's an email full of video. Right now, the 7 days that you're going to get, it's actually technically 8 days, because the first day is kind of like a break the ice. It's a bonus. Here's a few things that we're going to talk about tomorrow. The 7 days begin. So it's really 8 days worth of emails. But I want these 8 days of emails to be videos that I will probably host on YouTube, and it will be it will be unlisted. So the only way that you're going to get the videos is to be on my email list. That's the only way you would be notified of them. And I intend for my email list to be to get at least one email a week where it's a video that you only get to watch it if you're on my email list. So tips, tricks, studio hacks, things that I do, news, maybe products that I'm offering, services that I'm offering, things that I'm thinking about. You know, all these things are going to be game. And even random shit. You know, I love to talk about random shit that has nothing to do with my business. I love to talk about, you know, freak occurrences of nature, you know, assholes that I run into around town that do this or that. I love to talk about that kind of stuff. You know, stuff that you might see on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you've watched Curb Your Enthusiasm. Take a look at it. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I could write that show. I'm not a lot like Larry David, but I run into a lot of little situations like he does with strangers out in public. It's awesome. It adds a spice to my life that, you know, I guess it's because I'm willing to say things to random assholes about the way they conduct themselves. I'm willing to call people out. You know, I don't know who gave me that enlightenment or the authority necessarily to feel as though I should comment maybe on the way other people behave, but sometimes I just can't resist when people are just total assholes. It's nice to kind of you know, poke them a little bit with the blade and just let them have it. And that's the kind of stuff I love to talk about. That kind of stuff I love to talk about. That kind of stuff. You know, it just adds variety to it. And you know, you might disagree with me sometimes, or you might agree. Maybe you agree with me sometimes, but the bottom line is Todd.LIVE is live now. I don't know who's with me. I know that Billy Carroll showed up. I don't know who showed up before him. But feel free to leave a comment, because I like to know who showed up. I mean, you know, it helps me build relationships, particularly like Billy Carroll, I know. And Billy, if you're with me, I'm glad to have you with me today. I hope you're doing well. You know, I don't remember. I'm sure I commented when you lost your father. Man, what a great guy he was. I really thought the world of him. He just was such an asset to St. Joe. You know, everybody's got to go at some point. And, you know, I know he was pretty old even when I was there, but he was just a fantastic guy. And I used to love getting in trouble. Billy Carroll's dad, I don't know who's with me now, because nobody's left a comment, and the only person that showed up as joined is Billy Carroll, but I used to get in trouble intentionally to go down and sit in the middle of the office between Mark Lake and Billy and Mr. Carroll. What is your dad's first name? It's eluding me right off the top of my head. But anyway, it would be great. They both have a cigarette. And this is back in the day when principals would smoke a cigarette in front of you while you're in trouble in a principal's office. That doesn't happen anymore. But I would sit in between Mr. Carroll and Mr. Lycan, and they would just look at me like, who the fuck do you think you are? Who sent you to this nice Catholic school? Why are you here? what are you doing here? What are you thinking? Screw your head on. And you know, they had their little way. We would get a laugh. They were really good guys. They treated me very well. But boy, was it fun to get in trouble and go sit in Mr. Carroll's office, or the principal's office, with Lycan on one side and Carroll on the other. It was a duo, and it was fabulous, principal and vice principal. But anyway, so Todd.LIVE website. Let me tell you what all is going to be happening on the Todd.LIVE website. There's a blog where I'm going to write text. I'm going to write blog posts. Okay, you kind of have to do it for the search engines. You've got to create content if you want it to be published anywhere. I mean, you just can't produce videos and expect them to get published in any online periodicals, newsletters, or whatever. You've got to write. I got this bug coming at me. I'm going to kind of swat it away. You've got to write, okay? I know it's kind of boring, and I was trained to write, but it doesn't mean I necessarily enjoy it all the time. So there's that. Then there is a video section where you can go and watch the latest videos. Now, right now, I think I uploaded 5 or 6 videos yesterday, put them on the site, published it. Those are old videos, but they're good. They're relevant. On my YouTube channel, I think I have 50, 60 videos. I have way more videos than I have followers on YouTube. So if you want to go find me on YouTube, just type in Todd.LIVE. You probably are going to find me very quickly, because that's the name of my page on YouTube. And you can follow, subscribe. That would be nice. I would love to break 100 so I can at least create a vanity URL, which you can't do until you have 100 subscribers. But you know, a lot of the videos that go on YouTube, a lot of the videos that go on Facebook, whatever, are going to be put on my website as well, to share with people who visit the website, who might not find my Facebook page, who might not find my YouTube. So there's a video section there. There's a resources section that's under, work in progress. There's an equipment section that's a work in progress. But I have built a huge ass, totally awesome live video studio. And I've done some preliminary testing on it, but I need to go live on it with a guest. So that's really going to be the kind of the end all be all as far as the testing goes, to verify that it's all working properly. I'm hoping to do that with Ross Brand here real soon. But in the meantime, unfortunately, the live video studio is sitting there collecting dust. My wife was out of town, so I haven't even been able to, since I got it figured out, which was about a little over a week ago. I haven't had a chance to sit down because my wife left town to go see her dad for his 75th birthday, and I've been doing kids stuff all week, including today. Today I'm wasting my time at the car wash. I can't wait on my wife to take my car for me anymore. It's just been way too long, and she's always way too busy, and I really shouldn't expect her to do that anyway. But I hope that when she finds time she can do it, but she hasn't found time lately, so I am here rotting away at the car wash waiting for my truck to get washed after about 3 months of it being filthy. So here's what I want. I want you to please go check out my website, Todd.LIVE. Let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe to my newsletter. I am going to be very aggressive with making sure that my email subscribers get the bulk of my content. That's the way you get it. You're not going to get a lot of my content if you're not a subscriber to my email channel. Okay, that's the reward of being a subscriber to my email channel, is you get the latest, you get the greatest, you get exclusive, you get invited, you get brought into the fold more so than if you're just a random person kind of watching from the outside. Okay, the power of email is so intense. I have another business that I run. It's firearms parts. I've been doing it for almost 10 years. I built up an email list of, say, 6,000, 7,000 people, never marketed it to them once until about a month and a half ago, and I've sent maybe 6 emails out over the last month and a half, and it's changed everything. It's changed everything in my sales, in my ability to reach potential customers and increase the sales, increase interest in what I've got to offer, to notify people when new things come out. It's amazing. And I want people who are interested in Todd.LIVE. I want people who are interested in broadcasting, people who are interested in connecting with other professionals, people who are interested in bolstering the success of their business, reaching people far beyond what they thought they could reach, just doing whatever it is they're doing now. Those people that are interested in that kind of stuff, those people have every reason to join my email list. There's not going to be any spam and nonsense and crap look at it. If it's not good, if it's not relevant, if it's not important, if it's not something that I think that my email list will want, you're not going to get it. You're not going to see it. You're not going to hear about it. It's just not. I'm just not interested in that. I want a good, strong email list with people who are interested, people who actually give a shit about what it is I'm putting in an email. Okay. And there's a great button at the bottom of the email that says unsubscribe if you're not interested, you know. So if you decide to join in for a while and then, you know what, you set up your live video studio and you don't need to hear from me anymore and you think you got it licked, hey, you can always, or you just don't want the emails anymore, you can unsubscribe. But, you know, I don't expect there's going to be a lot of emails. I mean, one here, one there. You know, I would imagine at a minimum 4 a month because I want to do at least one a week. But I don't know. I'm new to email marketing. I feel like I've got something crawling on my leg. I'm new to email marketing, so you know, I don't want to annoy people. But go check out my site, Todd.LIVE. I'm gonna. Should I walk out in the middle of the street? It's like a street by a drainage ditch. I don't think it's dangerous. There's like a fence with surveillance. I'm under surveillance by being around here. This is some sort of car lot. I don't know if this is like a city impound lot. I'm gonna walk over here and look in this drainage ditch. It's probably dry as a bone. Southern California hasn't had any rain now in some time. There's a little trickle of water down the middle of that thing filled with algae. I'll see if I can, yeah, there it is. Yep. This is our nature preserve. This drainage ditch behind us, this is like a nature preserve. In Southern California, this counts as a nature preserve here. This is a major waterway with that little inch of water down there. It's like a foot wide and an inch deep. Of algae-filled water. That's nature, Southern California nature. When you live in a big urban environment like this. Well, listen, I'm going to cut it. I don't believe in rambling on just to ramble on. If nobody's commented, so I don't have anything to address. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have had some comments, some shout-outs. I would have loved to have done, but I guess I got Billy. I don't know if he's still with me, but listen, I hope you all have a great day. I'm going to start really ratcheting up the live video, the talking about this or that, because we started building my website about 2 months ago, and my other website, Divorce the Workforce, I've lost passion for that project. It's a whole different kind of thing. Hey Ryan, how's it going? It's a whole different kind of thing, and I haven't dropped it completely, but the Todd.LIVE, I've been waiting for the website to be built so that when I talk about it, I have somewhere for you to go. And so I've had for 2 months, I just haven't been broadcasting hardly at all, particularly on the live video and it's stupid. I should have been doing it anyway, but I just like to have somewhere to send people. If I don't have somewhere to send people, it's like, what the fuck? I don't know who else joined me, so welcome. I almost hate to leave now. Now I have 3. I think I've had 3 a few times on this broadcast, but hey, Corinder, how you doing? But yes, check out Todd.LIVE, the webpage. Sign up for the email list. I think that it's a great value to people. Hey, awesome, Corinder. Nice to see you. I have like I said a little bit ago, for the people that just showed up, I have a 7-day, which actually technically 8 days, but when you sign up for my email, you're going to have to confirm it. But I have basically a lead magnet, and it's 7 days of considerations for marketing through live video. And I wanted it to be 7 days. In my opinion, some of it's a little bit redundant, but you apply the information in various ways to various parts of the process. Oh, awesome. I love Instagram. I need to be more active there. But the email, I think, is packed with a lot of value. It is a text email right now. It is my intention to go back to those emails at some point and create them in a video format where I'm talking to the camera, and you get a video that's either embedded in the email, or you click the link and you watch it, and it would be unlisted on YouTube, and you watch the video, because I would much rather have it be a broadcast of some sort than text. As important as text is, and text isn't dead, I would love it if, because my gig is video, and particularly live video, I would much rather it be where you are watching something rather than having to read something. So awesome. Awesome. Well, it's like I said, you'll get 8 days in a row of emails, and then I don't have anything in the autoresponder past the 8 days. We just set the website up. We just got the autoresponder going. I'm learning how to program the email marketing. It's a lot of fun. I'm using a company called ConvertKit. I am an affiliate with them. So if you're interested in ConvertKit for your website, oh, awesome. Broadcasting's awesome. I've mainly been a podcaster, and podcasting I think is just awesome. And I intend for my live video interviews to be podcasts as well, instead of doing just one or the other, just having it be both. But ConvertKit, so far from what I can gather, is absolutely amazing. I have MailChimp for my gun parts business. I think ConvertKit is much easier to use. It's more fun. It's more well thought out. Your ability to do this and that, it's just incredible what you can do in ConvertKit. And it's like $29 a month. I mean, so long as you're under 1,000 subscribers. So I have an affiliate link on my website on the homepage. If you decide you want to go with ConvertKit, I mean, it's just phenomenal, and it integrates with all sorts of other things like Shopify, and I think Lead Pages, Instapage is one of the page designing companies. I mean, they integrate with like 40 or 50 different things. Who told you how to broadcast? Stephen Haywood. Oh yeah, Stephen Haywood. Yeah, well, you know what? Stephen Haywood's a good buddy of mine. He's been on my broadcast, and the live video studio that I have right now, I might have figured it out on my own in its entirety, and it's a very complicated setup that I have. But there were a few little bumps at the end of my setting this up that if it weren't for Stephen Haywood, I wouldn't have figured it out. So Stephen's awesome, and he's in the outdoor and gun business now as well, with the video, which is cool, because I was in outdoor and gun before I got into the live video. He was in the live video before he got into outdoor and gun. So we kind of do the same stuff in a way. I mean, it's quite different, but just being in these arenas, guns and broadcasting, we're both in them. Anyway, oh, it called me. I've never seen that before. Maybe I haven't had 10 comments before on a live video, but I'm a conversation starter now because I had 10 comments on this video. Yeah, Wirecast is awesome. That's another thing. I bought the $100 Telestream Wirecast technical support for a year. I'll probably buy that every year for $100. But occasionally when I call that number, I get Stephen Haywood on the phone, which is really cool. And like I said, he's been on my podcast, and I've never met him in person, but I feel like I know him pretty well between all the interacting on various platforms that he and I have done, and how he's helped me set up my live video studio in creating these loops, video and audio loops, so that I can basically interview people and you on Skype or Zoom, and send the audio and the video from one computer into another computer, and have Wirecast then send that out to the world. Okay, that's not an easy setup. That is not easy to do, and it's expensive too. I mean, I had to buy these video recording cards that are like they're like $300 a piece, and I think I had to buy 3 of them just to create these loops. So yeah, I'm sure I'll meet him in person at some point. But listen, I've got to go check out my car. I've been killing time while I'm waiting on my car to be washed over here at Manny's Car Wash. Ryan, if you're still watching, if you want to have lunch today, let me know. I'm over here in the marketplace, and I think it's pushing lunch right now, 11 o'clock. I'm getting hungry. But one of my viewers lives local to me, and he's a good friend. We eat lunch all the time, so I don't know if he's still with me or not. But you can call me in a few minutes if you want to have lunch, if you're still with me. Yeah, it is very expensive. Listen, oh, can't do lunch today. All right. Maybe another day. But it's a nice day to get out and eat lunch, though, if you change your mind. All right, guys, I'm going to roll. Todd.LIVE, check it out. Let me know what you think. Feel free to email me through the website. Contact me. Tell me if the site sucks, if it's brilliant, if it's beautiful, if it's rotten, whatever. I want to hear what you think of the website. So, yeah, let me know about baseball. I think I can do it. I have not been to NAB. I don't know what NAB is. I guess is it a National Association of Broadcasters? That's just a guess. If I got it, then maybe I should play the lottery today. If that's what that is, I don't know what that is. I'll wait for a second for you to leave a comment because I'm kind of curious as to what NAB is. But no, I haven't been to that. All right, the guy's waving me. I got to get going. Listen, Todd.LIVE, check it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for following, subscribing, all that good stuff. I will be with you guys again soon. Take care.